Good afternoon and welcome to UCEA Google Plus Hangouts on Air. This is Gopal Mida. I'm a graduate research assistant and doctoral student at the UCEA headquarters at the University of Virginia. I'm here today to interview Mariela Rodriguez as a part of her candidacy for the UCEA presidency. Today, listeners will be hearing from Mariela Rodriguez, who's an associate professor in the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies at the University of Texas at San Antonio. She received a PhD in Educational Administration from New Mexico State University in 2003. Her research interests focus on school leadership that supports additive bilingual education programs, specifically dual language instruction. Dr. Rodriguez has co-authored articles in the Journal of School Leadership, the International Journal of Leadership in Education, and the Journal of Research on Leadership Education. She has also served as the UCEA Convention Planning Committee co-chair in 2009 and plenum session representative to UCEA from 2007 to 2010. Good afternoon, Dr. Rodriguez. How are you?
Oh, good afternoon, Gopal. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's start with the questions. Can you please tell us about your background and your scholarship as it relates to leadership preparation and practice?
Yes, of course. As you had mentioned, I'm currently at the University of Texas at San Antonio. I'm beginning my 11th year here, but my 13th year overall in the academy. I recently served as the assistant department chair here in the department, and that was a culmination after 3 years of master's program chair and 3 years doctoral program chair. I enjoy working in this department, have been able to have afforded opportunities of leadership, and have been able to take those on successfully. In addition to that, at the University of Texas at San Antonio, I have been able to represent my department at the Faculty Senate, the University Assembly, and the Graduate Council. My research, as you had mentioned in my introduction, focuses on the important role of school principals in supporting additive language programs in bilingual education, such as dual language and two-way immersion. My work centers on case studies of schools that have these programs, and I look at the role of the principal, lead teachers, parents, students, and stakeholders to find the best way to have these programs be supported and to enhance the achievement of English language learners.
Great. I have also noticed that you have served as UCEA's in different capacity. So can you tell us a bit about your engagement in UCEA's governance?
Yes. As you mentioned, I was the plenum session representative that represented the University of Texas at San Antonio at the UCEA plenum. After that, I was elected to the executive committee, and I've been serving in that capacity for 2 years. And so during that time, I've been able to participate in 2 site visits. These site visits occur each time an institution is seeking full membership with UCEA. And so I have been able to conduct 2 of these site visits with 2 of our other PSRs and have really enjoyed getting to know some of my colleagues across the country. In addition to this, I previously served on the advisory board for the Barbara Jackson Scholars. That's always been a very important initiative from UCEA for me, and I have consistently served as the Barbara Jackson Scholars mentor throughout the years. Something that I also enjoy is that during an invited session to each convention, this has taken place since I was a grad student, the Graduate Students of Color session that I co-coordinate with Floyd Beecham. That has just been so empowering and uplifting, and I'm just so glad to have continued to be a part of that with our graduate students at the UCEA convention.
Oh, any other ways that you have been engaged in UCEA?
Yes. Well, obviously it began when I was a graduate student myself. I had an excellent mentor, a former UCA president herself, Malu Gonzalez. And so during that time while I was a graduate student, not only would I present, of course, at the annual meeting, but was lucky enough to have been selected as a Clark Scholar during that time. So I continued, of course, to be of service with UCEA in several capacities. And so with that, I am on the editorial board of the UCEA Review.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly, I am a co-editor of the features
Mm-hmm.
section.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I was the editor of the interview section. In addition to the UCEA Review, I am a manuscript reviewer for EAQ, for JRLE, and for JCEL, all UCEA publications. I currently serve on the editorial board for JRLE and JCEL. And so, in addition to being a conference proposal reviewer each year, I was recently asked to serve on the award selection committee for Master Professor, and really enjoyed my time working with colleagues who were also committee members. In addition to that, I serve as the executive committee representative to our program center's advisory board.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say, I bleed UCEA blue.
Good to hear that. Okay, so can you discuss with us about your scholarship, your research projects, teaching that can inform the work of UCEA, particularly, I mean, the executive committee?
Um, yes, I'd like to divide this into a few sections, Gopal, if I may.
Sure.
The
Sure,
first
sure. Go
one,
ahead.
good, thank you. The first one focuses on my positions of leadership that I think have been able to not only help me grow as a leader, but have been able to bring me skills and abilities that I can share within the executive committee. When it comes to AERA, I am also quite involved. I served as the dissertation award chair for Division a few years ago. I was recently elected to the LTEL SIG as a member at large, and previously served as chair of the Hispanic Research Issues SIG within AERA. And so in addition to AERA, I am also an affiliate member with the National Council of Professors of Educational Administration, NCPEA. I am an affiliate member in that I represent Hispanic serving institutions as a membership goal within that organization.
Mm-hmm.
Another theme I'd like to discuss are issues of outreach, Gopal.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the University of Texas at San Antonio is a
Mm-hmm.
Hispanic serving institution. And so we take that commitment to heart, and especially in the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies. We conduct outreach with several school districts in the area. For example, at this time, we have 5 off-campus cohorts in which we have engaged in partnerships with local school districts. We offer our entire master's program on their sites, be it at a local school or at the central office of the district. And in that manner, we're taking our program to the students where they are and meeting their needs within those areas. One aspect that I have been a co-coordinator with is our only off-campus doctoral program in the entire university that we're very proud of. We have now 3 cohorts that have begun at the Winter Garden area of Texas. And so it's about 90 miles from our main campus in San Antonio. And so there has been a 100% graduation rate with cohort 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cohort 2 is currently in the dissertation proposal and data collection process, and cohort 3 is currently in their first semester of coursework. And so I've been very happy to work with students in these areas. Actually, Gopal, I just recently returned last week. I visited students in 2 cities within this Winter Garden area who are at the crucial dissertation stage. Then another area I'd like to touch upon is leadership development. When it comes to this, I have been fortunate enough at UT San Antonio to participate in 2 leadership development programs. The first is called Leadership UTSA. It was a competitive selection process in which faculty and staff are selected for a year-long leadership development program in which we are assigned mentors of administrators within the university. Not only was it an excellent opportunity for me to develop leadership skills, but I was able to develop excellent networks. Very similar to that, I was a participant in the UTSA Women's Professional Advancement and Synergy Academy. That was just
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Not only was it an opportunity to connect with others across the university, but it just really gave that connection for women leaders and what UTSA is doing to promote that. And the last area, Gopal, I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
touch upon, of course, is teaching and advising. In my 11 years here at UTSA, I have been blessed to work with excellent doctoral students who mostly are campus administrators and who are mostly minority women. So
Mm-hmm.
by fall 2015, I will have brought to completion 20 doctoral students for their dissertation defenses. I
Mm.
am extremely proud of that and extremely proud of those women.
Oh, that's wonderful. So the last question that we have for you is, why have you chosen to run for the presidency, and what do you see as your vision for the future of UCEA?
Yes, well, I see this as the best way to give back to UCA all that it has given to me. It has really been a way to show ultimate service, if you will. The
Mm-hmm.
way that I believe I can continue to serve in this manner is to continue building relationships and work with communication and networks within the organization. I know we have so many members out there who also
Mm-hmm.
want to be involved in aspects of leadership and want to find other ways to serve the organization. I would like to help build the leadership capacity within our members.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, those members who are faculty and administrators, and definitely our graduate students. We have such a
Mm-hmm.
strong graduate student council, lots of representation with the graduate students at our annual convention and in their paper presentations. And so I think building the leadership capacity from within will not only strengthen each of those individuals, but will strengthen UCEA as a collective.
Mm-hmm.
And so my goals then to continue in this work would be to keep UCEA at the forefront of leadership preparation research and policy. Just like it
Mm-hmm.
says in our motto that quality leadership matters, that is key. UCEA
Mm-hmm.
remaining at the forefront, I would like to be of service in that endeavor in every way that I can.
Oh, thank you so much for your time and thoughtful responses, Dr. Mariela Rodriguez. It's been wonderful talking to you. This interview will be archived on the UCEA Google Plus page and the UCA YouTube channel. So listeners can access or share the interview at any time. And we also encourage listeners to post comments and questions on this interview in the comments page on UCA Google Plus. We have another interview coming up tomorrow with Muhammad Khalifa at 10 a.m. EDT. That's Wednesday, October 14th. And so this is goodbye from UVA, Mariela.
Thank you so much, Gopal, for your time.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Looking forward to see you at the convention.
Most definitely. See you there.
See you there.